Day 75, nonconformity company. Microphone is on. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to launch any new ideas, but it's a bit strange when you give yourself permission to not think of any more ideas, what can happen. It's a bit like I've talked about the future psychology before. That Mondays where we're having like a do what you want day can be quite magical because you get space to think differently, not just be the same every day. I used to do at work, I used to like plan out a whole day and be doing this, and then my mind, when I woke up, it just wanted to do none of that. But then the days when I said, right, I'm going to have a day off tomorrow, I'd wake up and just become inspired. So this morning I did a meditation and I couldn't quiet my mind. It was just like broth, start a broth business, broth. So that's what I have done. I've bought the domain. I couldn't believe it was available. brothclub.com. brothclub.com. We've been improving our health because that's the important part of the Life Master system, and really getting rid of loads of rubbish. Not that there was loads, but making your own food. It's never going to be perfect, but yeah, just removing a lot of the rubbish, sugar and toxins, preservatives and all of that stuff, and just eating real food. Got the food garden locally for the vegetables, and yeah, just getting organic supplies in. They've got a herd of like 20 Dexter beef cows, regenerative farming, so they go around from plot to plot and the grass regenerates, so they're completely grass-fed, healthy, they look great. They sell the beef, they don't do anything with the bones, I've already asked. So we've been researching about broth. It's a really great way to get in loads of trace minerals, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus. It's packed full of nutrients, and when you drink it, this last batch, after cooking it for a longer period of time, the chicken broth, just incredible. Actually switched up my day for the past God knows how many decades. The first thing I do every morning is make a cup of tea. This morning I've broken that cycle, which felt very strange, and I've decided to start the day with a cup of broth with salt, and it felt great. Feel really good. This broth got this amazing book, well, a few books reading about the benefits of it. And I remember going to America years ago, to San Francisco, and I was seeing a friend there, and I'd heard about a broth business over there that was making it. And I ordered a load, so much that I couldn't even take it with me. There was so much broth, and that was good. So it's not a new idea. However, we'll do it the nonconformity way. I think for me, what happened, we were making broths and stocks, not quite the best way, method this way. We've upped the technique here, we've upped the method. And it was funny, sometimes I'd made the broth and yeah, I'd not kind of prioritized sieving that and removing the waste and getting it into containers, and I'd lost one, or not got it in as fresh with the freezer, and because I didn't value and respect how amazing it was. Now I've upped my education on how brilliant and nutritious and valuable it is. It's such an easy way, because you're drinking in liquid form, these minerals, vitamins and minerals just absorb straight into the bloodstream, and you can really tell. So yesterday when I did it, I was like right on. I put it through the colander, then sieved it and got it real nice and divided it into portions. So I've got that in the freezer and can just pull it out and have one or two every day. And so that's what I want to do with a lot of the nonconformity brands. A lot of this stuff is quite simple or accessible. You could go and find it in other places. But I think people value things more and are more likely to do them if you have a good understanding of them. And that takes education. We're all very busy and there's a lot of information out there. So if we can get some key points across, educate people really simply, really quickly, then people are going to value it more and are going to be more on board. So we're living in a very busy world and almost too much information out there. I'm also using the Life Master system for the books. So I've got a book board with all the books so if somebody recommends a book, I can put it into a section of the list. It's a list or project boards with different sections. So you can have books that have come in, books that you're going to read next or purchase, books that you're reading, and then books that you've read. Then within that, I can click on the book, the bone broth book, make some subsections in there, and then I just hit the audio and recorded a couple of facts from the book just before this video, and then audioed them. So I'm reading the book, I'm like, that's a great paragraph. Audio, bang, put it in there. Software takes it out, puts it in. So then I can refer back to those notes. I can search for those notes or search for key terms in them. I'll put it on repeat every day, every week to come back to that. So after I've read that 5 to 10 times, that's going to be in there. I'll see if I can remember it now, because it starts with the history of food and how it changed the food industry. It was in 1908, a Japanese scientist isolated a taste which was different from sweet, sour, salty, and bitter from kombu seaweed. And he called this taste umami and identified it as glutamic acid, I think, glutamic acid, combined with then sodium. This created a kind of manufactured fake umami taste called MSG. So then that changed the food industry massively, because people used to have these broths. Chefs used to make little bouillon cubes for flavouring dishes, and that was what it was. But now all these beef stock cubes and shop bought gravies and powders and stuff, they've got this fake stuff in there which tastes like the broth, but it's obviously not got all the benefits of it. So that kind of blew my mind. So that fact, that's kind of gone in. I'm kind of now repeating it to you. So that's the case with a lot of foods, I guess. It's just the flavours there, but the nutrients aren't. So that's allowed mass production of a lot of these bouillon powders and gravies and stocks, stock cubes, stock pots that taste like it but are not it. So yeah, brothclub.com. I put the website together with one hand in 8 minutes time. So I bought the domain, changed the DNS settings, hooked it up to my website, copied the template of the homepage, chose a colour scheme, whipped that up, put the title in Broth Club, and then did a tagline, monthly nutritious broth. So I'm just going to have one option. Obviously, there's a lot to look into with this, with food hygiene, getting a location or premises set up for this, but we can hopefully use the organic bones from there and just make loads of nutritious broth and have one price. You'll get delivered monthly broth to your door. So this is the monthly model that we have. We're investigating with the seed stuff and the education, but this is something, it's monthly, but we're taking materials, produce, and we're turning them into something more valuable, which is the broths, and then that can be delivered and you can just drink it. So I don't know how much it's going to cost, but I like the idea of having limited supply. I've also had this crazy idea that it would be cool to go onto Dragon's Den with Broth Club and offer at least 1% for at least £1. And then when you go into the financials, because it's part of a nonconformity company, I can be like, yeah, we're taking like 1 million and making 900 grand a year. And they'll be like, is Broth Club a part of the nonconformity company? Are we investing into the whole thing or just Broth Club? And I'll be like, well, I've seen too many episodes of Dragon's Den to not offer the whole thing. And it would be kind of interesting to say, rather than me valuing the company, I can be like, well, you guys value the company. It's not just Broth Club, it's non-conformity company. We're making money from lots of different angles, digitally, affiliate commissions, recurring subscriptions, all the businesses. So it'd be cool to go on there and be like, yeah, we're making like 1 million a year. So the money that they put in, they'll be automatically making some of that. So they'll get to value it, the percentage and the price. Maybe we'll get a 5. Maybe that would be too much. Maybe 3's an ideal number. Meditation's normally supposed to calm you down, but sometimes it just comes in. It's got a really nice colour scheme for it as well. So yeah, a lot going on. But yeah, when we've got the land, it'd be nice to get premises too. Somebody mentioned a farm yesterday as well. Lots of things are clicking into place. We'll leave it at the Broth Club for now. There's lots to report and lots going on. I'm going to go and make a vegetable stew with some of my other beef broth that I made the other week to get more nutrients in. But yeah, it kind of led me to another idea. I've got the nonconformity partner, where if you have a good idea that you think would fit with nonconformity company, you can apply and give us a 5-minute or less presentation and apply for that. We'll then review it, and if we think that's a good fit, we'll be like, let's work together. But really, I could also offer because it only took me 8 minutes to set this business up, like online, from idea, name, domain, check, website, hookup, template, tagline, color scheme, 8 minutes. With one hand, I was doing something with my other hand. So I could probably do it in 5 minutes. So we could really validate a lot of people's ideas and get them off the ground before they waste time on spending loads of money doing things. So lots of potentials. We just really need to start taking some money. So please go to the websites below, start signing up for some stuff, start evolving yourself, start upping your skills, upping your knowledge, upping your know-how of how to start making money from various businesses and investments, so you can have the freedom to do what you want. All right.